Welcome aboard, passengers. I've got a freaky flight story for you, so buckle up. On March 10th, 2025, an American Airlines flight from Georgia to Florida was forced to make an emergency U-turn when a passenger had a mid-air meltdown. Delange Augustin became disruptive soon after takeoff, stomping his feet violently, screaming and shaking. A flight attendant thought Augustin was having a seizure. When another attendant went to check, Augustin became aggressive and, with superhuman strength, kicked the attendant so hard in the chest that they flew across the aisle, landed on another row of seats, and hit the window. Augustin then swallowed rosary beads to fortify himself against Satan's disciples, which he claimed followed him onto the plane. The plane's pilots caught wind of the ongoing disturbance, made an emergency U-turn, and landed back in Georgia. However, Augustin became increasingly aggressive as the flight's crew tried to deboard the other passengers. A fellow passenger and witness said Augustin was, quote, stomping his feet violently, like heavily, and screaming. He was talking about devils and possession. It was kind of a chant. You have to kind of see it to believe it, they said. They added that Augustin even battled the doors in one of the seats in the plane and said that, quote, he kicked it and punched it and just buckled the seat completely over. He just charged the front doors of the plane, like swinging wildly. Augustin then kicked and threw haymakers at a flight attendant in the galley. Then he grabbed his sister, Delange Augustin. According to the witness, it was at that point he and his friend knew they had to bring Augustin down. However, their efforts were made more difficult after Augustin grabbed hold of his sister's hair and her pants and wouldn't let go. Other passengers stepped in, helped wrangle the siblings to the floor, and held them until the police subdued Augustin. The witness said, quote, so they tased him once, twice, 3 times. He still didn't let go. At that point, they had to cut the woman's hair to make him let go. As Augustin was arrested, Delange sang what sounded like hymns. Meanwhile, none of the other passengers on the American Airlines plane suffered any serious injuries during the chaotic altercations. Authorities took Augustin to a hospital for evaluation and to be treated for ingesting the rosary beads. He was taken into custody and booked on multiple charges, including battery, obstruction of law enforcement, and property damage. An FBI special agent reported that Augustin's behavior, quote, appeared purposeful, though difficult to describe. According to an affidavit during the flight, Augustin told Delange, quote, to close her eyes and pray because Satan's disciples had followed them onto the plane, and the Legion did not want the Augustins to make it to Haiti. Delange said they were traveling to Haiti to flee religious attacks of a supernatural nature, and the spirits had followed them on board. She also told authorities that, quote, evil comes out in the darkness, and she had never experienced as much darkness as was on the plane that evening. Well, there you have it. Demon possession on a plane. You may now deboard safely.